आज थोड़ा चीनी कम रखेंगे क्योंकि सच्चाई हमेशा कड़वी होती है. China has banned Google, Facebook, Netflix and many more. India banned 59 Chinese apps. Is China getting a taste of its own medicine? Today we're going to be talking about money that India does not want. Let's talk about Chinese money. What's happening to all the hustlers out there? This is Cut the Crop. Let's cut to the chase. No matter what your political views is towards your current government in terms of policy or governance or whatever, whenever there is an external danger around your country, you should always put your army and your country first. With that being said, let's talk about China. China for long has routed its investment through subsidiary companies. Chinese funds and companies often route investments in India through offices held in Singapore, Hong Kong, Mauritius. For example, the biggest example that I can give you is Alibaba's investment in Paytm was done by Alibaba Singapore Holding Private Limited. These do not get recorded in India's government data as Chinese investments. Now let's look at three major players that love to invest in India: Tencent, Alibaba, Xiaomi. You would be amazed at the amount of China money that's been flowing into our country. In 2014, they poured in about 51 million US dollars. That's about it. Not a bad investment, not too much. In 2015, how much do you think they invested? Take 2 seconds. Done? 10 times? 500 million? No. Maybe. No. Okay. I'll tell you. They went 20 times. They went 959 million US dollars. How do you go from 50 million to 959 million US dollars? In 2016, they cut it back a little bit to 315 million US dollars. You're wondering, okay, they're dipping it down, but hey, it's China. They play a very strategic game. Come on. It's from a land that has written The Art of War by Sun Tzu. 51, 959, 315 in 2017. Are you ready? They bumped it up to 1,666 million US dollars. That's like 5 times more than the previous year. People are like, whoa, when did this happen? Is it going to explode? No. They're smart like that. In 2018, they cut it down. They made a plateau at 1,340 million US dollars. In 2019, they pumped in about 1,230 million US dollars. So mathematically, from 2014 to 2016, they only put in 1.3 billion US dollars. But from 2017 to 19, they pumped in about 4.2 billion US dollars. And if that's not a strategy, then I don't know what is. The first 3 months of 2020, they pumped in about 263 million US dollars. Now imagine if there was no pandemic, if there were no restrictions of neighboring countries putting in new investments, what would have happened? I'm sure we would have seen another billion coming in 2020, if not more. We spoke about 3 major Chinese investors: Tencent, Alibaba, Xiaomi. Let's have a look where they have invested this money, right? In Ola, Tencent has put in about 451 million US dollars out of 2,759 million US dollars that they have raised. Tencent and Hill House Capital have invested approximately about 328 million US dollars in Swiggy. You might think these are just apps on your phone, right? No, but these are legit tech businesses and platforms actually. Gone are those days when businesses needed a shop or a factory to run itself. Businesses are on your phone and you are the damn business. They're trying to make money out of you, your information, your data. You are also the product. Let's talk about a Paytm branch, Paytm Mall. That's literally got Alibaba written all over it. Out of 645 million US dollars raised, Alibaba put in 222 million US dollars out there. Tencent has pumped in about another 150 million US dollars in Policy Bazaar out of the 554 million US dollars that they've raised. Dream 11? Your fantasy league, pick your team, blah, blah, blah. Out of 183 million US dollars that have been raised, Tencent has invested about 100 million USD. That's more than a 50% for sure. There are so many companies, this video will become super long. So let me just put one more name that is known to you guys. Byju's. Byju's has raised a total of 1,454 million US dollars. Out of which Tencent has put in about 40 million US dollars. That's a small investment, but it's still an investment. The list goes on and on and on. I'm going to tell you a couple of names: Delivery, Flipkart, Paytm, the main app, Snapdeal, Zomato, Udaan, Big Basket, Lenskart, Hike, and more. If this isn't the digital Silk Route, then I don't know what is. What makes Chinese investments so attractive? With India having a huge base of internet users due to cheap data available, Chinese funds have been betting on the country's virgin internet users and the lack of Indian major investment fund that aids their growth within our own country. Most of our startups, from Paytm to Ola to Swiggy to Zomato, are all reporting heavy losses, which means They require investment with minimal investor pressure. Chinese investors are okay with that. They're absolutely fine. You know why? Because they're buying the market share till these companies turn around and start clocking big money. A lot of people are going to say this happened due to the border clash. Boycott this, boycott that. No, the damage was done even before the border clash. Earlier in April, the change in FDI regulations said that prior approval of the Indian government will be required for direct or indirect foreign investments in India by a neighboring country that shares land border with India. Isn't that a smart statement? What countries are these? China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Afghanistan. Ruling out China, which has a huge bankroll, every other country mentioned would look at getting an investment from India or China. Now, China is looking to literally pump all of this cash in India, and this restriction would directly have an impact on India's startup ecosystem, which now relies heavily on China money. Think about it. All the names and the brands that I've just mentioned. Take 2 seconds, think over it. How much China money has been pumped in there? However, China has long routed its investments through subsidiaries in other companies, as I told you. Now, China is a communist country. So every company that's based in China would need to hand over the data that it's collected if asked by the Chinese government. I ask again, if this isn't the digital Silk Route, then what is it? Indian government just banned 59 Chinese apps. But is that sufficient? No. But we need to start somewhere. As Sonam Wangchuk ji said,
तो इसके लिए मैं आप लोगों से अपील करता हूं कि जहां तक ऐप्स और सॉफ्टवेयर की बात है तो हमारे युवाओं को एक हफ्ते में उन्हें अनइंस्टॉल करना चाहिए. Boycott made in China, software in a week and hardware in a year.
Delete Chinese software from your phone today and delete Chinese hardware from your life in about a year. That does not mean you go throw your computers, laptop, TVs out of the window right now. Stop doing that. What it means is stop buying products that are made in China. Remember, wallet power versus bullet power? Confederation of All India Traders have launched Boycott Chinese Goods themselves. They said the objective is to reduce import of Chinese finished goods by 13 billion. I repeat, 13 billion US dollars, or about 1 lakh crore rupees by December 2021. China is known for its dumping strategy. Most of our vitamin C and vitamin E that we consume are largely dumped in the country by China. India really needs to make in India rather than just make a logo called Make in India. But that starts with you and me. Sure, this video is literally being recorded on a phone that is made in China. I accept that. But from today, I will not support anything that is made in China, as that indirectly is the money that is being used to fund bullets for our soldiers. And for the app or the virtual economy, anything India does to the app economy will have a direct impact on the valuation of Chinese company worldwide. TikTok, ByteDance, they made about 5 billion plus profits. TikTok, 30% of its app users are from India and 10% of its profits come from India. It's about time we give this a deep thought. Baidu, Alibaba, Tencent are a part of digital Silk Route of China. What am I planning to do? For me, I plan on using virtual goods and apps with no to minimal Chinese money in it. My personal cutoff is going to be set anywhere between 20 to 25. If it's more than that in Chinese investments, I will restrict using that particular app or that software, as maximum profits are going to be diverted in China. And we as citizens need to sit back, evaluate and see how we can put an end to this entire thing. Let China not take advantage of our data and the economy, which is indirectly being used to fund against our own people. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and share this video with your friends, subscribe, like, comment below, and let us know what you want us to cover in the future and how are you planning to boycott China. My name is Raja Mukherjee. You are watching Cut the Crop, and shout out to Gateway House and Forbes for the data I used today as my sources. Jai Hind.